Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for a radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could join us as well. Well, for those who may have had a goal or dream that they're thinking about pursuing, I think you guys are going to really enjoy our next segment. We're excited to welcome Eric Sanchez to our broadcast. Eric is a model and actor. We want to talk to him not only about his career, but also what it's been like for him to reflect on his own success, things that he's been able to work on, he wants you guys to know about. And, of course, we'll let you guys know how to stay connected with Eric as well. Eric, hello to you and welcome to the broadcast, man.
Hello. How's it going, Cyrus? How are you?
Hey, doing really good, man. Glad to have you on with us for sure. So a lot for us to talk about here, Eric. I mean, here we are, if you can believe it, halfway through 2023 already. What has it been like for you, Eric, to kind of reflect on this year and all the great things that's been happening for you?
I mean, starting off, it was just been like a little rough. I got signed during COVID, so it's just like it got started off a little rough, and then ever since then, things started picking up little by little, and then, the season started changing up, so everyone's in and out of town, out of country, and just trying to get things going little by little.
Have you always known that the entertainment industry, and namely modeling, Eric, was something that you wanted to do?
I did not. I was to be honest with you, I was into sports, and I played sports all my life. And just year by year, I was thinking about, like, hey, I want to actually change up my lifestyle and see what I can get into and what can I use as a human nowadays. It's just like we're all trying to figure out, like, what to do. So I'm like, I think that I'm going to go for modeling and see what kind of, like, people I would meet, what kind of places I could travel to get things going the right way.
So for yourself then, I mean, when you made that decision to go from sports to modeling, I mean, how big of a shift was that for you?
It's a whole different kind of, like, it's a huge shift, to be honest, because at the end of the day, it's just like I'm going from playing a sport every day, waking up in the morning and getting my body back into shape into how it should be, and then to actually communicating with people and making sure that whatever process I have to do with that to get to where I want to get, I have to keep my mind in that route to be able to get things going. And not, I can't get distracted at all because it's something that, you need communication. You need to be able to show up when it's time to show up. You need to get things going with the gym as well. As I was the athlete, now with the gym as well, it's just something that I have to keep it going with every day, and just staying close to family and making sure that they understand where you're headed to as well, because family is important as well, no matter what you're doing in life.
Right. So you bring up a good point then, Eric. So do you think the discipline that you had from playing sports has helped you when it comes to, staying prepared when it comes to the modeling industry?
It did, yeah, but I come from a city that it's more about, like, a lot of kids my age now, they're used to just playing up growing sports. They're just playing sports all their life. So that's also what made me want to choose a different route. I was like, I come from somewhere that's basically all we can do. So I wanted to turn my life into, like, a whole different perspective. And that pushed me a lot more, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So then with that being said, now that people are able to see the things that are happening for you, Eric, how does that feel to know that you're able to show people there are other things they can do other than sports?
Yes. Basically just whatever you're doing, whatever it's happening, wherever you are right now, it doesn't work overnight. I think we all know that. But at the end of the day, it's more about, I literally started at a dishwasher. I was literally a dishwasher at this restaurant, and I was going back and forth from Connecticut to New York City, taking the train, taking the last train back home, headed to work again the next day, just because I wanted to experience that while I was off. I was not an athlete anymore. So I was like, if I have to do that, I'm going to have to do what I got to do. So coming from a city area that growing up, it's like not much of that kind of deal to do, I had to do that. And no matter if I was a dishwasher, for example, I wanted to get to where I am now, and God bless, everything worked out the way it's supposed to work out.
Right. And so for yourself, I know when I was prepping for your segment, Eric, I mean, not only, of course, as I mentioned, you're a model, but also, of course, you've been appearing in music videos. Talk to us about that experience. How did that happen, that you went from just being able to be featured in, in pictures and being able to have your picture taken to now being seen, in videos?
Yes. So basically, starting off modeling, I did what I had to do to get to the industry in New York City. like I said, little by little, it didn't happen overnight, and I ended up I wanted to do some film, so I was like, you know what? Life's about actually taking chances. Let me just take a chance with that as well. So I ended up meeting a few agents and directors, and I got in contact with Remy Moss. She's an artist, R&B artist, and I became the main male model in her music video. And I don't know if you guys know, but she's very huge in the R&B district. It's been years she's been around. So ever since I've done that music video and the way that I acted for that first experience, it kind of took off also with filming as well. And thank God for the production. Thank God for her for blessing me to take the opportunity as well.
Right. And there's actually, for those who haven't seen
and
it, there's a great clip.
That's also going on with meeting the directors and stuff and all that for the first time. They noticed, they had to know where I come from and my environment and what I do and how did I get to where I am. And I feel like that's what also attracted to them, that I was actually coming from somewhere that's not really what I'm supposed to be doing. But like I said, life is about taking chances, and that's exactly what I did. I followed my heart.
Yeah, love that. I was just going to tell them, Eric, for those who haven't seen it, there's a great clip actually on your Instagram. We're going to remind them how they can follow you there. They can be able to see there. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, though, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Eric Sanchez to our broadcast today. Eric is a model and actor. We're talking to him not only about what it's been like for him to start to build his brand in the industry, but also, of course, to go after his goals and dreams. I want to talk about fear for a moment, Eric, because as you mentioned earlier, I think it's a great point for our audience. You mentioned, of course, you were into sports, but then you decided to try something totally different. A lot of people would have been afraid to do that. What do you think helped you not to let fear stop you when it came to pursuing something like modeling? One of the things is to be honest, once again, is just more about where I come from. I was never ashamed of where I come from. My family and we come from not a lot of money, so I kind of actually wanted to strive for myself and making sure that where I grew up from, which is only my mother, she basically grew me since before I even knew sports, and she introduced me to the whole sport industry. So after that, I did that, and like I told you, I was working as a dishwasher, so that also motivated me as well. So making sure that whatever I was doing year by year as long as I'm staying busy and doing what I got to do, that's what pursued me to do something else in life. And like I said, it's all about trusting the process and trusting the process little by little. And that goes for anyone. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. Chase your dreams, man. The dreams really come true. Yeah, such a great point. I want to talk about social media for a moment. Eric, that's how you and I connected. We're going to let our audience know how they can find you there. How has that helped you? How has social media, namely Instagram, helped you in not only showcasing your work, but also connecting with your fans and even others in the industry? Yes, social media is really big now. I'm pretty sure you know as well, Cyrus. It's somewhere that you can communicate and not also just, representing your brand and who you are. It's all about communicating as well through someone. For example, I have a huge gig coming up on Friday, and it was through social media, and they got in contact with my management. So It's all because of the stuff that I've been posting. My content that I've been posting is what attracted that. So that really helps me out a little bit more now, year by year, once again, just getting everything done with social media as well, because that helps out about your brand. Your brand is really important to what I'm doing right now. My brand is literally my life. Eric, do you still have wow moments when you kind of reflect back, when you kind of scroll on your social media and look at the things you've been able to do? Do you still have those pinch me moments for yourself? Yes, I do. To this day, I'm still striving, still not where I want to be, but I'm getting things done to get to where I want to be. And I still think back of how I first started. Once again, started off with just not even be able to communicate with anyone on social media and making sure what kind of contact I want to represent myself in, because that's what actually matters about who you are, how truthful you are to what you're doing, and making sure you're on the right track and keeping your teams in great position. Such a great point. You mentioned, of course, something big coming up this week. Is there anything else our audience should be on the lookout for, Eric, that you can tell us about? Yes, it's a non-alcoholic brand. It's really huge, and it'll be all kinds of platforms worldwide. So I'm very excited for this, because this is, once again, one of my biggest commercials I'm going to do. So that's going to open up, hopefully, a whole bunch of doors and making sure that I'll stay on the same track that I've been at lately. Awesome. Well, look, congratulations to you, Eric, and all the great things happening for you. Again, everyone, Eric Sanchez has been our guest. We've been talking with him about his journey in the industry as a model and actor, what it's been like for him, of course, to see his goals and dreams realized, but also setting new ones for himself. Eric, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you, man?
My Instagram handle would be EricVX. Once again, my Instagram handle would be at EricVX, and my Facebook would be at Eric Sanchez.
All right. Well, Eric, congratulations again. So glad we had a chance to have you on today, and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. Hope you have a great day, sir.
Hey, you as well, man. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.